very warm welcome indeed to the Rush Green Stadium here in the West Ham United training ground complex as we bring you live action of West Ham United under-21s against Manchester United under-21s. I'm your commentator, Tyler Morris, and alongside me this evening we have the West Ham United Women's Assistant Manager, Mr. Jimmy Walker. How are you this evening?
Yeah, great, Tyler. A little bit cold, mate, but yeah, doing well, thank you.
Yeah, big contrast. We were just saying off camera to the temperatures that we had in the summer. It was 40 degrees when I did my first game here, and now it's, what, 10 degrees. It's a cold one.
It feels like it's been winter for about 12 months. We had the last year has been winter. I can't remember them heady days of the warmth.
Well, it's perfect timing because the teams are on their way out now, both West Ham United and Manchester United. So we will bring you the team news shortly. Both these sides are in fantastic form coming into this. Both Manchester United and West Ham United winning all their games since the return of the World Cup break. West Ham United, of course, did have their game postponed last weekend at Spurs. But for Manchester United, they've had two games, won them both, which makes it a very enticing game this evening.
No, it's going well for the academy. You know, the under-18s as well are on a fantastic vein of form at the minute. I think they've got double points of second place in their league as well, so they're absolutely flying. Looking forward to seeing a few of the boys out there tonight as well who are still eligible to play for the under-18s. So it bodes well for the future for West Ham. You know, we've got some great players out there, some older heads out there as well in the middle. You know, the goalkeeper, Pierre Ekwah as well out there as well. So a bit of experience out there, young lads. It's great. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game. I don't know too much about Man United, so sorry about that. I can't say too much about that, but as the game goes on, we'll obviously have a look at that. But you know, like you said, I don't think they've lost many games all season, especially since the World Cup.
Well, it's perfect time now to take you through the two teams, starting off with the hosts, West Ham United. Only a few changes in there as Hedges remains in goal. There's a first start for the number 3 Louise Yao in the defence for West Ham United. It looks like they're going to be playing a back 5 formation. In the middle is Apia Forson, Freddie Potts, along with Casey. And up top for West Ham United, Mabama and Kamrai Swire, the main two in the centre. And then for Manchester United, maybe a big name that you might notice, the number 16 on the bench, Tom Huddleston. But in terms of the starting 11, it's Vitek who starts in goal. The main danger point for Manchester United is their number 9, Joe Hugill, who scored twice against Liverpool last weekend. They've got the likes of Gore in the middle alongside Collier playing in the centre for Manchester United.
I think Tom Huddleston's probably took the average age up of the pitch by about at least 18 to 20 years.
It's probably now the same average age as their actual Premier League side this season.
Absolutely. No, a great guy, and it's great to see him in football involved, you know, doing the coaching side of things. A lot of knowledge to give as well. Fantastic guy.
So we're almost set for kickoff now. And we must let you know that at half-time we do have a Q&A with Jimmy. The West Ham United fans have been giving their questions for you. That will be taking place at half-time, and also an introduction to Danny Ings, the new West Ham United striker too.
Brilliant. I hope the questions have been kind. That's all I'm saying.
I've taken a look. I think you'll be okay.
Nice. I hope you vetted them.
We are all set for kickoff now here at the Rush Green Stadium, as it's Dylan Mavama who stands over the ball. West Ham United to get us underway in the usual claret and blue. Manchester United changed into their lime green strip. West Ham United look to make it 5 wins in their last 5 games in all competitions. As for Manchester United, they look to continue their 100% record since the return of the World Cup break. As we are just waiting for the referee's whistle to get us underway here at the Rush Green Stadium. And there we go. Manchester United already looking to push up at West Ham United. Junior Robertson now on this near side for the Hammers. Straight away we can see the high energy of two very informed teams in the division.
You know, sometimes when you're at the top, Tyler, and you sat in the stands, you can't actually see how quick the game goes. But, you know, first couple of minutes when we sat down at pitch level, they're popping it about. The pitch is nice and crisp, to be fair. You know, some good players on show as well. They've started off really sharp.
West Ham United enjoying all of the ball so far. Not quite the pass that Liang would have wanted. And Hugill's there to pounce for Manchester United. Here is their number 7, Magia. And it's an early ball across. It was coolly defended by the West Ham United number 5, Casey.
Yeah, Casey took up a great position there, didn't he? Again, you know, growing into a really talented player. Great turn on Bomber. He started off really sharp, Divine in there. A lovely touch, lovely turn, took it away from him. And, you know, for me, could be looking at a booking early for the number 6 for Man United there, because they're away there. West Ham were away there.
I think, as you say, because it's so early on, I think you might have just got away with the booking.
Yeah, but, you know, dragged him back, and that was a promising position, to be fair. But going back to that fantastic defending from Casey, who was meant to play for the youth team tomorrow, I believe. So they was away, but the FA Youth Cup game got called off, so he's been drafted back in, and he's, you know, at a young age been one of the main men for the 21s already this season, so it's great to see.
Here he is on the ball again, the West Ham United number 5.
He looks so accomplished, you know. When you look for players that can step up to the first team, I know he's only a kid, I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but definitely one for the future.
How about this lad, Pierre Forson, who's been involved with the goals this season for West Ham United, despite playing in the centre of the field. Here's a first touch for the new number 3, making his first start for West Ham United under-21s. Came off the bench against Everton last weekend.
Yeah, I think, you know, it suits the players we've got with the 21s, you know, 3 at the back, because it gets Divine up the top, it gets another alongside him with a Pierre Forson up there. And, you know, you've got Junior here as well, who predominantly played as a wing back for the youth team last season, you know, so it fits him in nicely. You've got Greenwich on the other side as well, who's, you know, a flying machine as well. So, you know, you've got some good width, you've got some quality up top as well, and some you know, real quality in the middle with Freddie Potts as well, and Ekwar in there, you know, for me, could definitely play at a high level in the league already. So, no, it's a really good side, really good side. Like I said, touched on before, Tyler, you know, the future for West Ham is so bright with the players we've got. You know, just got to nurture the talent right, and with Mark Robson, you know, Stevie Potts and lads like that, they're going to do that.
And of course, it's not just this team, as you mentioned before. 12 wins from 12 this season for the under-18s, right at the top of the their table.
Yeah, I've watched a few of their games, and they've actually, I mean, you've got on the bench, you've got Callum Marshall on the bench, I think there's Ollie Scholes on the bench, you know. I mean, these lads, they've got some fantastic future if they do it the right way, which they will do. They could be brought up the right way, they will do as well. So, you know, some firepower to bring on as well. And I've watched a few of the under-18s games this season, you know, I get it all, follow it on the iPlayer and stuff as well, and you know, they've blown teams away with the running power, the quality on the ball, and it's been excellent.
Here's Casey on this near side for West Ham United. Robertson has a tussle and a header to win, couldn't quite do so. That's Forson trying to wiggle his way past a couple of West Ham United defenders, but it was good defending from Casey.
Yeah, another one I've just not touched on, to be fair, because I've come away from the goalkeeping coach, and now I'm the assistant manager with the women. I've come away from the goalkeeper, so I sometimes forget them a little bit, which is bad from me. But, you know, Heggie in goals, you know, he's another one. They think big things of him at the club. You know, they expect big things of him in the future. And, you know, every game I've watched him, I think he's grown more and more assured. So, I know Billy Lepine with him is doing a fantastic job in here. And, you know, like I say, another one hopefully with a massive future ahead of him.
Pierre Forson, there was a lot of pressure on the number 7, but he dealt with it coolly. Robertson was trying to break away on this near side. This is Ekwar now for West Ham United. First touch for Kamarai Swire. The first foul on the number 10.
Yeah, it took him a nice position, didn't it? Divine's coming deep, Divine Bomber's coming deep, turning on the ball, switching play excellently there. And I like what Divine's doing, because as he's spending it wide, he's bombing on straight into the box. And it's allowing a bit of play, especially in there for, you know, the two in behind him.
One of those annoying positions, really, from a free kick, where it's too far out to shoot. It's very central for any significant cross into the penalty area.
I mean, for me, as a goalkeeper in there, you know, it's a real slippy night. The pitch is really slippy. There's a lot of frost on the surface. I think I might just let one go, you know, and just see and try and get that little wobbler that they do nowadays, up and down and bounce it before it. Oh, that's probably a better idea.
They've done the complete opposite, as you say, as though Casey will get the ball into the penalty area now. It was deep, it was kept alive well, though.
Yeah, they've done well. They've changed the angle, because a straight ball down the middle is, you know, quite easy to do. It should be easy to defend. So they've changed the angle, come out to Casey out here. It's put a bit too much, just a tiny bit too much loft on it. So a club 2 less. But, you know, Just a good start, good start. Playing nice stuff.
His slang for West Ham United. On towards Casey. Probably been more involved than any other player for West Ham United so far. Greenwich now on this far side. The play from West Ham United. Robertson has a little bit of room now. He's going to go for the early ball forward towards Mbama. This is Collier trying to break away. In the end, forced back. Gerardo. West Ham's turn to press high up at Manchester United, led by Swire. And then one back by Ekwa.
In at the back post. Oh, couldn't get it up. Couldn't get a head up. Junior made a fantastic run from wing back to the back post. Done excellent to get back in and to defend it as well, to be fair to him. Yeah, but before, not a bad effort from Junior Robertson at right wing back. I'd like to see him maybe eat a bit of the ground up and see what developed in front of him, but he saw Pia Fossen in a little bit of space. He's just got a bit too much on. He's gone a bit too high and couldn't feed him in, but like I said, bright start from him as well. He's not had many games, Junior, to be fair, so it's brilliant to watch him tonight.
This could be a chance for Mbama down the left-hand side of the penalty. It's now Ekwa with the first chance and the first goal for West Ham United. He scored for the first team against Cambridge a few weeks ago. Back with the under-21s, back with a goal, and West Ham United take the lead.
Yeah, that's an excellent goal. Well worked. You could see we was on top. We kept it going. We kept it moving. You know, played some great stuff. Played positive. Played forward. Some great runs. You know, we're just watching the passing on the screen now. It's a great drive into the area. Lovely movement. Hint of offside maybe, but a lovely chop back from Divine Mbama. Find Ekwa slots it in the bottom corner. Fantastic left foot finish straight across the goalkeeper. Good play. Sawyer drops deep. Ekwa drives in, gets a 1-2. Oh, lovely play. Great vision from Mbama, you know. Sort of a reverse no-look pass. Fantastic vision and where, you know, knowledge of where your teammates are running. And scuffs it off the floor into the bottom corner, but it's a great finish. Goalkeepers don't save them. Fantastic start. Well done.
Well, it's been all West Ham United in the first 8 minutes. They've been rewarded with the opening goal. We've seen two types of finishes from Ekwa over the last few weeks. One from a long way out against Cambridge United. One from far closer this time round. And now really all on Manchester United to see how they can respond.
Yeah, I mean, they've offered little so far. You know, it looks they've come here against a very, very good under-21 side, a strong side. So, like I said, I've not seen a lot of Man U, so I don't know how they've played, but you said they've had some good results, Tyler. So, it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back from it, because it's been all West Ham at the moment.
And there's a sign of a striker who's been kept quiet. Hugill, as he drops deep behind the halfway line. Does well to fire it out towards the far side. Could be a chance for Magia now. It was strong defending in there, and United get themselves a corner.
Yeah, Greenwich backing well there, to be fair. Come in. As soon as I said, let's see how United respond, they've had a lovely passage of play. The striker, Hugo's dropped deep, switched the play fantastically, got round Greenwich in there. And then he's just got back and he's put it out for a corner. Maybe he could have done a little bit more with it in the end, but no, he's got back really well. Just have to defend this, because straight after a goal, it's the worst time to concede. I mean, any time to concede is a bad time, but that is the worst time.
Manchester United play it short and then get the ball into the penalty area. He was there for West Ham United.
Yeah, good goalkeeping, confident goalkeeping. Came off his line, took no chances, got 2 fists on it and cleared the danger. So it's good goalkeeping. Always like to see the goalkeeper catch it if you can on them chances, but you know, he didn't want to take any chances there, cleared his lines.
Manchester United look to keep on coming forward. It's Greenwich who is there for West Ham United. Forced to put it out again, this time for a throw though. There's almost a case in this initially of who was fouling who.
You know, a fantastic centre-forward play from Mbama again. You know, he's getting stronger every time I watch him, to be fair. I had him a lot when I worked with the academy last year, and you know, you could see he was growing into a position, but really got the bit between his teeth at the minute. You know, that's typifies what he's added to his game. Battling in the middle of the pitch to stay in front of the centre half, get hold of the ball, and come out of it. He was unlucky not to pop it to a Pia Force, and then if he got it under control, you know, there was a way. So great centre-forward play from Divine.
Rare chance at the moment for Manchester United just to enjoy some possession in their own half. This is Bernard. The goal scorer pressing high for West Ham United. In fact, that was a Pia Forsen. Collier. We'll get it back from Gerardo in the number 8 for Manchester United. Murray. Echo getting in there first for West Ham United. Let's see what they can do from an offensive point of view. As the goal scorer looks to turn provider, and he does.
Fantastic play, really good. What a goal, Tyler.
You were just speaking about Mboma, and there's his reply to you. A goal, and a fine goal too.
Fantastic goal. Do you know what? Looking back, I've not seen the replay yet, but he sets the press. You know, we're in a really good shape. We're a solid 5 at the back, a couple in just holding in there, letting Man United play in front of us a little bit. And they've smelt, you know, when you can smell it sort of as a player like this, here's the press. They take it out their feet a little bit far, keep him one way. Devine runs at him, starts the press. The next one goes, the next one goes. I think Freddie Potts wins it in the middle, plays forward, and it's a fantastic run from Mboma as well. What a fantastic cross. Is that from Sawyer? It's a great cross as well. Was it Ekwah? I
think it was Ekwah, yeah.
Involved to get a goal and assist for Ekwah. He looks a good player. Actually, Ekwah as well got the press. They've all gone together. Look, Devine, Mboma, Sawyer. And Ekwah's gone in there. No, he just picks out a lovely pass.
He's shown every part of his game so far, Ekwah, this evening.
As well as Mboma, you know, he's done great there. He set the press, like I said. He started the press off, went aggressive at them, and the lads went with him. The rest of the team went with him. He didn't finish there. He'd done his job starting it and then got straight in the box and got his rewards. Fantastic. And you'd think at a minute, if we don't get bored of doing the right stuff like we're doing at the minute, you know, this could be a long night for Man United. Hopefully.
Well, Mboma is one of the few West Ham United players to have a first-team appearance in the Premier League. That was against Arsenal on Boxing Day. But if he keeps on playing like this, despite the signing of a new striker, you never know, he might get more opportunities in the first team.
No, absolutely. Listen, he's a young kid. He's got the world at his feet, to be honest. It's just, you know, he's a great kid as well. He's worked really hard. He's stepped up to the 21s a lot this year as well. He's shown a great attitude when he's come back to the 18s. He's still available for the 18s as well. It's, you know, so he's shown a great attitude. He wants to work hard, and you know, he's grown into a fine player now at the minute. You know, if he keeps it going, and I know the coaches around him won't let him not. So I know he's got a good future ahead of him if he listens to him.
Well, another sign of a Manchester United attacker dropping deep. This time it's the number 10, Hassan Orion. So it does go the way of Manchester United.
Yeah, tough for Man United because we set up really well. Really well. Credit to the coaches as well. They've set up really well. And everything's a little bit in front of us at the minute.
More strong defending in there from Casey.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a couple of corners. They've got down the sides a couple of times, to be honest, as well. So they've done well. But most of the game, it's been in front of West Ham. You know, they've played across and they've just waited to press. And we look like we could set the trap and press at any time and, you know, and get that attack going.
At the moment, it is Manchester United on the attack, though, from this corner. 15 minutes gone. Manchester United looking for a way back into the game. Heggie, who was up to catch to prevent anything from happening Manchester United's way.
Yeah, good positive goalkeeping. Deep cross into the back post, and then, as it's not a back in, there was only one winner there. Heggie come and claimed it really high.
It's Lang for West Ham United. Manchester United starting to press. Heggie looks for Robinson. That's good play from Manchester United to get it down the left-hand side. Well cleared. Bullymore, who came thundering in but couldn't quite get any connection on the ball for Manchester United. West Ham United happy just to get it clear anywhere.
Yeah, regroup. It's just got a little bit bitty there, a little bit messy. So get it on the pitch, regroup, go and press from behind it again, keep them in front of us again. But it's one thing I criticise a little bit for younger goalkeepers, modern day goalkeepers sort of thing. There is a time you've got to put your foot through it and clear the halfway line and get it up there. And I think it's not practiced enough. So when you drop down the leagues a little bit, if you go on loan, you have to have that in your locker as well. So it's good to learn it. And I think that was one time we didn't quite get hold of it. It spun up in the air in the middle of our half, and that's where they got their attack from. Sometimes just get it out of the feet, send it into the strikers, get us up a little bit.
What kind of goalkeeper were you? Were you one who always wanted just to put your foot through it as many times as possible?
I had no choice, Tyler. If I tried to play out from the back, the managers would have gone mental back in the day. I would have got, I'd have to turn away from the dugout because there'd been a guy get it up there. But usually that was the days, great days, but things move on and, things change, good and bad, But it was, back in the day, it was like probably a big man and a small man. So it's getting up to the big and let the small one run off it and play up there, So it's one way of playing, and some teams play it really well. It's enjoyable to watch. But, the way teams play nowadays through the thirds is fantastic to watch, and it's great to coach, and when it comes off as well, it looks great. I still got a bit of old school in me though.
Here's Murray from Manchester United down the left-hand side. This is Gore. Plays the early ball in. You spoke about the West Ham United break. Is this perhaps an opportunity to try and do so again with skill like that? Maybe it is. Swire looks to go on. Here's Mbama.
Play on.
Well, the referee tried to listen to you for as long as possible, but then did decide that there was no advantage.
Yeah, no, fair decision. Yeah, he tried to let it go on as long as he could, didn't he, to be fair. It's a great break. Great break. Is that from Swire there?
Yeah.
Fantastic break. Bombers close to him, just got fouled. But, I think we look like we could break it any time now from a good, solid shape. Man United not created too much through the middle. Any chances have gone down the wide, down the flanks and, getting corners and that. But the rest pretty much in front, and they don't look like they're going to play through us in the middle. So if we stay solid, I think we could break it any time.
Brilliant work from Afia Forson there to keep it for West Ham United. Potts, we haven't seen too much of him so far. Casey. Ekwa, who opened the scoring for West Ham United, fires it out to the far side.
Like I say, Ty, sometimes when you're higher up and watching it in the stand or on the TV, you sometimes forget how good the detail is. I mean, just the passes in there. I know they're simple passes, but they're not left in slow. Sorry, just watch this attack from Man United. Never got the foul. Yeah, they're not, as I say, they're not passed in slow, they're not bouncing, they're crisping. It's telling the person to turn out. It's just a fine detail that, enables you to get the turn crisper and quicker. And within being at the goalie's feet, it's gone into Potts, it's gone out to the centre half, and Casey split out here as well. It's come out to him. He's zipped it into Ekwa in the middle, and we've gone out the other side. And Greenwich nearly got past his man. I mean, that's fantastic. And when you're down here pitch side, you get to see it.
You see it more.
Crisper,
yeah.
You can see just the detail and the passes there, and that's excellent to see. And they've got that at a young age, and that's from a really good upbringing with the coaching staff here, and and how hard they've worked on themselves on their own game.
Is that compliments to the ground staff as well, the fact that the quality of the pitch allows them to play so fantastically.
That's another thing. I know you said what kind of player I was. They weren't like this. There was more. I mean, they weren't even as nice as what we're stood on at the minute, to be honest, back in the day. So it's set up lovely to play some football, but the way they play and the positions they get in and take up.
This could be another chance from Mbama as he's looking to twist and turn, and the deflection made it tricky for the Manchester United number one, Vitek, as it does go behind for the first corner of the evening for West Ham United.
Brilliant play again. Freddie Potts got on the half turn in there. Fantastic play. He's just dinked it. It's a delightful ball into Mbama's run. Maybe Devine could have let it run across him a little bit more into the box. I'm not sure, but he's brought it down, tried to chop it, shift and shoot, and the 5 for Man United has just got a good block on it, to be honest.
With 20 minutes gone, West Ham United looking to run away with it. What can they do from their first corner of the evening? Freddie Potts to deliver. Dangerous towards Casey. That was always a situation whenever I play football that I'm scared of. If I'm that last man back and the ball's high in the air, Robinson did superbly.
It's a bit like the rugby. It's a bit like the rugby when it goes up and under and you've got to take it and everyone's chasing after you. I think Junior Robinson did a fantastic job there because the ball's moving around in the air and he's just concentrated. He's kept his eyes on the ball and just sort of punched the header back in. It could have been a bit further, but he's got enough on it to get up in the end, and the reinforcements came, to be fair. But yeah, hey, you know, it's quite a dangerous moment, isn't it, when everyone's breaking. But if you can actually, you know, make that first header go to someone and they can bring it down, and the opposition are all running away from the goal, you know, that's the time maybe you can pick them off a little bit. So it can be a positive as well. But we look really strong here tonight. You know, we look a really good side.
Could be a good chances for West Ham United. It's in from Freddie Potts again. Not cleared in the direction that Murray would have wanted it to be. There, though, strongly with the challenge. And we almost got a kick there.
I was desperate to go and boot it. I think the lad's claiming for a little foul on Ekwa there, but I think he's caught him, but, you know, didn't seem a lot in that one to me. That's just, it is a contact sport. Sometimes we get away from that a little bit. You are going to get some collisions. You are going to get some knocks. Just take them, shake it off and move on. Although I was saying that, he started excellent. Pierre he's been superb. He looks, you know, for me, like I said, I think he could play, you know, in a good championship side as well, maybe. You know, to get, that could be his next move for the first team, possibly. That could be one possible route for him, you know. But I'm sure everyone behind the scenes knows what's best for him. And although he
as
has
you
gone
say
down
that,
now.
yeah. Be a little bit concerning on this near side. The throw yet to be taken by Manchester United. So Ekwa has just stayed down right in front of us.
Not sure why the refs run 60 yards to ask him if he wants to train on. I think it's pretty clear he does. Is it? Shall I shout to him? It's cold out here, ref. Come on, don't get that stopwatch stopped. Play on. I'm not sure why he had to run over to ask him. It was clear he needed someone on there.
Especially when they go down off when the ball's out of play as well. You can tell, but
yeah, it must have just caught him in the tackle. I don't think there was much. There was not a lot of malice in the tackle. You know, they've both gone for it. I think he might have just nicked the ball ahead of him, and on the follow through, the Man United lad might have just caught him a little bit. Maybe just on his, you know, on the studs and that. On the top of his foot, maybe. Can't quite see from our angle.
And as you say, on a cold night like this as well, it just doubles the pain.
Doubles the pain, yeah, absolutely. Although it's funny when you're playing, when you're actually in the game, you don't even feel the cold. You know, you're running around. You think you've got shorts on, you'd be freezing, but you don't feel the cold as soon as you get running out there. It's actually a beautiful night for football, to be honest. Crisp, no wind. You know, the pitch is lovely. The lights look nice. It's a great night of football.
Is that even as a goalkeeper as well?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, anything but wind for a goalkeeper, I didn't mind at all. I quite liked any of those. You know, any sort of, didn't even mind the rain. It was just the wind. When the wind was swirling, first thing I used to do in the morning on game day when I woke up was look out the curtains and look at the trees. If the trees were blowing, it was blowing a gale, I was like, oh no. And you had to get your head back in the game then. But when it was nice and still, you thought, oh, right, here we go. It's going to be a good day.
At the moment, not a good day for Manchester United, who find themselves 2 goals down. On the ball now, though, with Hardley. Vitek struggling for an option at the moment. I think that's compliments to West Ham rather than anything else. Kugel will go to chase this for Manchester United. Liang was there coolly, though, for West Ham. And there was one of those moments where the keeper just had to put his boot through it.
Yeah, he did really well there, Heggie. He just got away from his touch a little bit. But instead of trying anything too fancy and too clever, when it was just out of reach a little bit, weren't quite in his control. He just, like you say, put his foot through it, put it in a nice area. And the player Forson's got on it and drew the foul, which was nice. So, but like you say, touched on there, we look set up really strongly, don't we, from down here. You know, if you was on the sideline as the coach and the manager, you'd be really happy how things have started. We're a solid 5, 2 strong defenders in the middle, defensive midfielders, and then the 3 are pressing really well up top as well. So it's really hard for Man United to get through us.
Manchester United on it here with Bernard. As you say, really struggling to get anything past this West Ham United press.
And the more it goes on, you know, you try and force something. I mean, they've done right there for me. You want to go outside it, because if you do lose it outside, it's not too bad. But even from outside it, we've won it and played so sharp.
It's brilliant again from West Ham United. Oh. And if it was a goal, then it would have been incredible.
I said a bit too early, didn't I, Tyler? Yeah, that would have been some goal. That was exactly what I was speaking about, wasn't it? You know, from a fantastic press. The front three are really, you know, you can see they're on it. They know their roles. Like I said, credit to the coaching staff as well to set them up like that. They know their roles. They're just setting traps. And the more it goes on for Man United, you know, the more the centre-halves on the ball, they are going to try and force something. And that's when we can win it and play forward like we did then with them crisp passes. Was great.
Are you sure you're not psychic? Because every time you say something like forcing a pass, they go long and direct, and straight away it's offside, and West Ham United get themselves a free kick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When we should deal with that all day, you know, long balls over the top, we should deal with it all day. But you can see, well, they're trying to play through the middle, Man United, but the press is so good and the setup so good. They've given it away every time we've broke, so they're really nervous of playing in there now. So I think you'll find them more going over the top. But like you say, the defenders have to be on their toes. When there's no pressure on the ball, you can't go too high, but just get a nice line and deal with it.
Another chance here for Swire to press forward. Free kick does go the way of Manchester United. And you wouldn't think, by the way, West Ham United are playing that earlier on in the campaign they were struggling towards the bottom of the Premier League too. This fine burst of form, though, has taken them out of the relegation zone, and really at the moment they can only look upwards in terms of the table. Only 2 places behind Manchester United coming into this evening.
Yeah, no, with this sort of side they've got out, and the quality that's growing and growing. You know, I think we had another 3 or 4 that's out on loan as well that are coming back as well. So, you know, like likes of Occo Flex and players like that who needed to go out and get some game times. Not quite work for all of them at times, but you know, it's nice to go out there and see the other side, see it not quite working for you, you know, at a club, and you have to come back and dig in again and play. So they'll come back in and play. So we're only going to get stronger and stronger, and there's a lot of quality to choose from for the coaching staff at the minute. But like you say, that, you know, you can only see it going upwards from here, you know, and trouble in the top part, you know, top 3 or 4 of this league, definitely.
Manchester United have it just about where they wanted, high up in the West Ham United half. They lure it in towards the penalty area. Strong clearance away by Casey. Apia Forson now for West Ham United. Couldn't quite find the breakaway that time. Forson now of Manchester United. Moved over to the right-hand side from his usual left wing position, the Manchester United number 11. This is Gore now for Manchester United.
It's almost one of them as the game goes on, Tyler, that Man United, you know, 2-0 down, they're going to have to try something. They're going to have to send bodies forward again. You know, you can hear them shouting from the sideline to get a 2v1, get it wide and get a 2v1. To get the 2v1 outside, you're going to have one of the centre-backs overlapping as well. So that's going to leave them really vulnerable at the back. So as long as we do it right and stay in a really good shape and don't get beat when the crosses come in from out wide, which might happen at times, we can nick the second balls that are headed out, and we can win the pass that's tried to pass through. You know, there's definitely lots of things on the break for us tonight.
This could be a chance for Manchester United. A little bit of room for Murray on this left-hand side. What about going around the outside?
Yeah, that was a chance for them, you know. The 10 there, I don't know why he's waiting, you know. That was the 2v1 they was shouting for on the sideline. They could have had it there without the centre-half going out. The 10 just goes around the full-back. You know, that's real trouble for Robinson there as well. He's got 2v1, so you'd expect the cross to come in from that. And that's just how we deal with it from there.
All managed to get there first for Manchester United, but Yang was there for West Ham United to clear.
Yeah, it's a good spell for Man U, to be fair. They've played their way into the game a little bit. Maybe we've just come off it a little bit, sat a little bit deep. You know, keep doing what got us there. You know, we pressed a little bit higher up the pitch. We're just sat in sort of in a low block, they call it nowadays. You know, on the edge of our box and just defend it, which is fine. But you don't want to stay there for too long because things can break and ricochet, and you know they might get half a chance from nothing really.
They won't get too much of a chance of a fantastic challenge like that from Robinson, although might have been penalised. Was it handball?
Yeah, I think he's just dragged it back a little. And it's caught Junior's hands as he's dragged it past him. I think, which No, it's probably not a bad foul, to be fair, because he might have got away from him. Yeah, he knows what he's doing as well. Watching the replay, he's giving that slide. What, me? No, I didn't do anything. But yeah, that's just, you know, when you're camped on the edge of that box, it just makes it difficult for you. And, you know, your opponents can then sort of get the belief a little bit more. Now they've got a chance to put it under our bar a little bit. So we've got to deal with this and keep it clean.
Hansen Aroen for Manchester United. He will deliver. They look to get something from what's been a better spell for the visitors. Again, West Ham win the first header.
Casey attacked that so well, didn't he? He does that so well, to be fair.
That's good play from Manchester United. Ekra got a foot in initially. Pawson. Good turn, it's a dangerous ball. It's better still from Manchester United. Murray.
So I think we just dropped a little bit deeper. You know, we had a chance. Devine's got back up top a little bit. You know, and Bobman's got up top and forced it back to the last centre half on halfway line. We stayed on the edge of our box area. That's a time for me we can get out another 5, 10, maybe even 15 yards as that ball travels, and then you're pressing in higher positions.
It's going to be a shooting opportunity for Manchester United. West Ham United deal with it. And here is that break perhaps for the Hammers. And it's such fantastic work again in there from Kamarai Swire.
I mean, that's a booking for me. You know what you're doing. I've not seen the replay back, but we broke. You know, it's fantastic play from Swire. He's got away. He's rode one tackle that was a foul, and he just gets chopped back on the next. You know, done well not to get a booking on that. And there's been 3 or 4 instances of that. And listen, I'm rightly so if you can get away with that, because you know how dangerous we are on the break. Oh, I'm not sure I like this. No, well played.
Very coolly dealt with by Heggie.
Very coolly dealt with.
See the confidence West Ham United have when on the ball in terms of their passing.
Yeah, the pass is great. It's lovely. It makes a lovely sound as it comes off the foot. You know, it's a proper crisp pass, banged in there, and the touch is lovely. You know, they're all technicians, these lads as well, which is great to see.
It's Forson for Manchester United. Gerardo pulls it back. This could be dangerous. It would have been dangerous. Fine clearance from Robinson.
Yeah, he's done great there. He's come all the way across from wing back, snubbed out the danger.
Now there could be danger against Manchester United. Here's Mbama. He didn't see anything in terms of a Manchester United challenge, so the visitors play on.
He's just got to be a little bit stronger for me there, Devine. You know, he's working on that side of his game. I know that. He does it really well. It might have been a foul, but I quite like the refs giving little bits like that go. You know, like I said before, it's a contact sport. And we've got to expect a little bit of contact. He has to be a little bit stronger there and hold it up for the team. And now we're back defended again.
It's a more enjoyable watch, isn't it, when referees tend to let more things go?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think everyone wants to see it blown up every few seconds and you know, the whistle going off and stopping and fouling. There's no momentum in the game, you know. It's one of those you want to see some. I mean, I love. There's nothing better than seeing a tackle. I know it's going out of the game and it's really hard. Now, if you miss time any sort of tackle, you're in the book and it could be a long day. But you know, it's definitely room for the contact in the game still.
Mbama might have been dragged down. He was.
Yeah, I think. I know we say about not whistling and maybe, but he's done really well there. I think he's bought the foul a little bit more, if I'm being honest, from here. But yeah, he's grabbing him. He's grabbing him. He's gone down. You have to give the foul for that, to be fair. Now it's just that time to get his foot back on the ball again. But, you know, we've just come off it. We've gone a bit slow. We've invited Man United onto us a little bit. So time to get that passing crisped up again. Make some good angles again. Play around them. Back into their half.
They are committing heavily with the press, Manchester United, which is allowing gaps like this for West Ham United to try and pounce. Swire. Just too much, Robinson.
Yeah, that's unlucky. You know, I would like to see Junior stay a little bit wider there. You know, there was bodies in the middle of the box already. He didn't need to commit into there. He could have stayed wider for that exact reason if it was overhit, and then he would have been getting it and crossing it into those bodies in the box anyway.
Given away by Manchester United. Here's Freddie Potts for West Ham United. Apia Forson. Referee happy to let it go, and Murray will look to break away now for Manchester United. Here, Forson hasn't stopped running the whole time. He was ready to press back there straight away for West Ham United. Collier finds Forson. Collier once more for Manchester United. Ekwa seems a little bit isolated, but Mbama's making the move ahead of him.
Yeah, he's actually made his great centre-forward run as well. You know, he's played on the last defender, left the space in behind, and Ekwa's just put a little bit too much on it. It's gone through to the goalkeeper. A little bit less on that and left in the grass. That was for Devine and Mbama to run onto.
Was found Forson on this far side for Manchester United. This could be promising for the visitors. Blocked and cleared in search for Mbama. Gore once more.
Sometimes a funny score, you know, when you go 2-0 up and you've been dominant for the first 20 minutes and, you know, look like you could break through at will. It's amazing how you just come off the boil a little bit. You just go a bit safer. And Man United, fair play to them. They've come right back in the game. They played some great stuff, and they've been playing in our half most of the last 10, 15 minutes.
This could be a chance for Gore on the edge of the penalty area, trying to weave his way through.
I think he's unlucky not to get a foul there, to be honest. You know, like I said, you know, we're in a good shape. We're in good shape. We look hard to beat, to get through, to play through. But the more you're camped in there, something is going to break. You know, they've got some talented players as well, you know. So things will break if you stay in there. So let's not stay in there. Let's keep the ball in their half a little bit more.
Does it become more difficult to concentrate defensively when you're sat back for so long?
It's one of those, you'll say it from the sidelines, like, don't get bored of doing it. Don't get bored of being good. Don't get bored of being in a good shape. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And if you can keep doing that, you know, you should have no problems, because they've got a solid 5 at the back there. When it's right for the wing backs to jump on their press as well, so then it becomes a 4 round it. So they're really well drilled. I think we've just come off it a little bit. You know, stop making them angles, stop running a bit hard to get on the ball. And we've not really had the press in their half yet at the minute. We've not had the ball in their half for more than a few seconds and a few touches. I think that's inviting them back on, but this is a great position for us to break. You know, when we win it around the halfway line, runners, you've got some pace out wide. Look, Greenwich is going, Junior Robinson's going the other side as wing back. You know, you've got bodies in the middle, fantastic run from Sawyer. This is where to play. Keep running hard, keep running forward, and something will come. I mean, for me, you didn't even need to put that in the box there. I think keep it. That was the time to get your foot on the ball. Just keep it for another couple of minutes. Work an opening, play in their half. You know, take the spirit out of them sort of as well. You know, because they've done really well. At 2-0 down, they could have gone under a little bit, but they've done really well, Man United.
They're looking to get back into it here with Forson. It was an effort that was never going to trouble Heggie.
I think I'd still save that one now, Tyler, and that's saying something. Yeah, if we can limit Man United to those shots tonight, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I think that was just, like I said there before, it's just a time to keep it in their half. We had the opportunity, we had the bodies in there. Keep moving it, Chris, don't be slow on it. Come out the other side, come back, come out the other side and work the opening that way.
Here's Mbama. Can he get there first for West Ham United? He wins the Hammers a throw. As we've got 5 minutes left of the first half to play. It was a fiery start from West Ham United in terms of goal scoring. Scoring 2 goals really in the opening 20 minutes, I believe it was. Slowed down for them really since Manchester United getting themselves back into it in terms of possession. Keep on saying, every time West Ham United have a chance to break, they seem more dangerous to get a third than Manchester United do to get one back.
Yeah. We just stopped getting bodies up there when we did break. You know, we took it a little bit easy. We stopped running forward a bit. And at 2-0, sometimes easy to do that. But for me, if you can go and get another before half-time, make it 3, the game's over. So you make your second half easy for yourself. So don't get bored of it. I always say that. Keep doing the right stuff. Don't get bored of doing the right stuff. Keep running hard, keep running forward when the opportunity arises. And you know, we should win this at the minute, you know, the way. But saying that, Man, they have come back into it. You can see why they've not lost many games. And to be fair, it's been, I know it's like watching back on the telly, but on pitch side here, it's been a really intriguing game. And it's gone. If there's only 5 minutes left, I can't see the clock, but that's gone really quick, to be honest.
This is Bernard for Manchester United. Just too much on the pass. West Ham United happy to take their time with the throw. They look to move up to 11th in the table and reduce the gap to just 2 points behind Manchester United if things do stay the same.
I'd expect that with the quality we've got and the lads coming back as well, and the younger lads stepping up to the plate, you know, I'd expect us to really climb that table, to be honest. But I know it's not about that at this age, sort of, but it always is. You always look. I don't care what you say. You know, it's about development. It's about getting ready for first team football. You know, and getting into West Ham's first team, and that is the end goal. And if we can get 3 or 4 of these through, that'd be fantastic. Which I'd expect us to do, to be honest, with the qualities out there. So. And the rest can go and have a good career. That is what it's about. But you always want to win games of football. I don't care. And it's, you know, even though it's a 21s football, you want to win. You want to win that. You want that winning mentality. You know, you want 5 minutes left there, and we see him walking to get the football back and killing the game a little bit and managing the game. That's things to learn as well for when you go to first teams, and you know, and hopefully playing West Ham's first team.
There's a Pierre Forson there who was pressing for West Ham United. Just backed off a little now. Murray. Collier came deep for Manchester United. This could be a chance for number 7, Magia. It would have been, but a little bit too much on the pass.
Yeah, do you know what? It's again, fantastic shape from West Ham. It's forcing something over the top. And I'll be honest though, for Man United, that's not the worst position to be. It's almost like a second rugby analogy of the night, so I apologise, but it's almost like kicking it a touchdown in the corner, you know, giving it in there and closing in and locking him in up there. So it's actually not the worst position to be in for Man United. You know, now if they get their setup right and can win it back, that causes a few problems. Quite sure what the refs are talking to the goalkeeper about.
I would imagine it's that game management you were talking about, the players developing, just taking too long with the throw. I think Hedges, the captain this evening, might have been why the referee went over to have a word. Swire has a battle with Gerardo, and a battle that he's won. And Greenwich is looking to speed away now for West Ham United, as he'll still go on and on the number 11. Couldn't quite find Simbama in the middle there for West Ham United, but another fast breakout from the hosts.
Said at the start, didn't I? It's such a powerful player running on from that wing-back position. Just got a little nudge off the defender and lost his balance as he was crossing it, and just scuffed it a little from the inside of his foot. But what a powerful run down a wing-back. And, you know, I think people was actually struggling to keep up with him to get in the box as well. Devine was in there on his own. Pierre Forson was trying to get in there as well, and a fantastic break.
Was a Pierre Forson, just dispossessed on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. There's Manchester United to win themselves a free kick.
It's a good, I think, call that a good foul from Freddie Potts. You know, if he gets past you, if the ball gets past you, he can't. So don't let him pass, and you know, snuffed it out because it's a little break for Manu, but he snuffed out the danger with just a cheeky little foul. When we talk about that game management, that's one of the dark arts of the game. You know, if you can get away with a booking as well from that as well, even better.
It's been a few of those for both West Ham United and Manchester United, where both teams have tried to break out, and the referee's been quite lenient in terms of yellow cards.
Yeah, he owed us a couple, didn't he? So there was a couple of occasions he could have maybe brandished a yellow to the Man United lads. They knew what they was doing. There was them dark art fouls again. So, but you know, he's been consistent. So you ask from the referees.
Yeah, tried to go around the outside. This is Robinson now for West Ham United. 2 players to beat.
That might be your first booking of the night, I would say.
And I think you're very much right.
Great run from Junior, though. Like I said, I think I touched on it at the start. Both wing backs really powerful, really full of running. So, you know, Junior's not played as much football and a lot younger than Will Greenwich the other side, but you know, got as much power this side as well. So I'd like to see him doing that, going eat up the grounds. You know, there was 2 trying to catch him there. He was away. Don't think of anything else there. If you can't get a pass off, run it. Look at that grass in behind. And justified booking, I think.
I think it was really a necessary challenge to go into in terms there were two Manchester United players covering. Manchester United have a throw halfway through stoppage time. And I guess this last minute for West Ham United just keep it at 2-0, I'd imagine. Bernard. It was a loose pass, and you could hear from the coaching staff from West Ham United, they wanted them to press at Manchester United straight away. Swire close. So too was Ekwa, but now Manchester United might think about breaking away.
Fantastic press from West Ham. You know, they smell. I talk about smelling that danger. And the goalkeeper for Man United was really high on it, and you know, it was a tested ball back to him as well. And they've smelt the press, they've pressed them, they've pressed again, and Man U actually got out of it really well, to be honest. And then, you know, it was a crunching tackle came in from the side. I think it was from Greenwich. Great tackle. We're talking about tackles that you like to see in football. It's a good tackle. It's a good, honest tackle. I don't like dirty tackles when you go and try and injure a player. I mean, that's a good, solid tackle, to be fair. And he's snuffed out the danger, and, you know, good half, good half.
Well, brilliant half for West Ham United, who scored early on. It was Ekwa with the opener. He then turned provider for Mbama, who, with a close finish towards the side of the goal, which has put West Ham United in control. Half-time score, West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. And here are the two goals. It was Swire, who's come deep quite a lot in this first half. From this point onwards, what fantastic players you said at the time from West Ham United to find Ekwa, and what a cool finish.
Nice, that's great. You know, Ekwa starts it there, a no-look pass round the corner, great awareness. Sawyer drops deep in there. Ekwa goes again, lovely drive, takes 3 or 4 out of the game. And Bomber just looks like he's shooting. He slips it inside with another reverse pass. Great awareness, great quality. Bobbles up a little bit on Ekwa, doesn't quite get under control, but smashes it into the ground, bottom corner. And you don't save them ones, you know. The cleaner ones you get, so it's almost an art to smash that into the floor and go into the bottom corner. But yeah, fantastic move. Really, really couple of great goals. And I've enjoyed watching us. It's been a good game, been a good half to watch as well. A couple of great goals. Pleased for Devine. You know, he gets in the middle and he loves scoring goals, the boy. So he'll love that one. You know, like I said in the commentary, he started the press. I think the press has been a great feature. You know, a little bit earlier in that, he started the press, forced to one side. Ekwa joined in, Sawyer joined in. Ekwa goes down the side, plays it's a fantastic ball across, threaded through about 3 players, and a Bomber does the rest. He slots it on with his left foot. Lovely, cool finish. You know, you don't have to smash them. They're just going straight into that bottom corner. He's got a lovely left foot, and that was perfect.
Speaking of players who are able to finish superbly, what about the new West Ham United striker? As you can see, a few words from him now, as the half-time score here is West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0.
So Danny, welcome to West Ham. It only seems like yesterday I was chasing you around the pitch trying to kick you. You got memories of that?
Probably got the scars to show it as well, to be fair. Yeah, no, good memories of that. It's never nice to get kicked by someone like you, mate.
Nice welcome. Obviously I worked at the club for a long time, great people. They made you feel welcome?
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, it's been so quick, but everybody that I've met so far have been fantastic, and you know, it's important to try and, you know, settle in as quick as you can. So as soon as I come down, it's important for me to meet everyone, remember faces, and try and settle in as quick as I can to go and do the important stuff on the pitch.
So mate, Everton tomorrow, big game. 62,500 people at the London Stadium. I bet you're looking forward to that one.
Yes, definitely. It's a massive game. It's a game that when you do sign for a new club, you want to play a part of. So coming down here so fast and trying to get everything sorted and done, and hopefully I can play a part in that game.
Have you played at the stadium before? For any of your other clubs, have you come to London Stadium and played there?
Yeah.
Fond memories of the fans?
Yeah, I've got bad memories from results that I've had there. I don't think I've actually won there, to be honest. Playing against West Ham, so it'll be good to be on the winning team for once.
Well, playing Everton as well. I've looked at the stats. You've got a great record against them. A team you're looking forward to playing against. Obviously, they're struggling.
Yeah, it's a team that over the years I've always seemed to do well against, and I've got a good amount of goals. I think seven or eight goals against them. So yeah, it's just one of those teams that you enjoy.
More tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. It's one of those teams that you just enjoy playing against, and yeah, I've scored a few goals in the past.
Yeah, nice. Well, we got a lot of flair players. Paqueta, Bowen. Very good at good service. Are you looking forward to meeting up with them and hopefully them putting a few on the plate for you?
Yeah, no, that would be great. For me, it's so important now to spend as much time with the lads and get to know them, and figure each other out and figure how they want me to be as a player, and for me to do the same with them. I've come here to try and score as many goals as I can to help in the best way that I can, and hopefully I bring something different.
We all know you score goals. You score goals wherever you've been. But what would you say like your main attributes are other than goal scoring? What can you bring to West Ham?
I think because of my experience in this league, I'm hoping that off the pitch I can help as much as I can. I know there's quite a lot of lads here from all around the world, so hopefully I can share my experiences and try and help the team as much as I can. And on the pitch, and as you said, the main attribute that I have is to score goals, but not only that, but to link up the play, to set off the press and do everything I can for the team.
Yeah, you're talking about your experience, obviously a wealth of games, 200 Premier League games. I think your experience is going to be massive in obviously getting us out of the position we're in. Are you looking to show that experience to the boys? We've got a lot of younger lads in the team, but your experience could be massive to get us out of the position we're in at the minute.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody in the football world knows that the squad that West Ham have, even before I was here, looking from afar, it's too good to be kind of where we are. You look at the last 2 seasons, I think 6th and 7th finishes in the league, which is incredible. Every team goes through patches. We've signed before I've come in. There's new players that come in, and sometimes it takes time to settle in and get used to the league, and it's very difficult. But no, with the squad that we have here, I'm really looking forward to working as hard as I can with them to go up the league.
You know Declan from your England days, I suppose. He's a massive character. You ask anyone at the football club, he's a massive character around the place. You looking forward to working with Dec week in, week out?
No, definitely. Yeah, he's a top player, such a talent, and for still such a young age, you wouldn't believe it, would you, for the maturity that he has. But no, he's a great guy and an even better player. So I'm really looking forward to being with him day in, day out. Nice.
I just want to wish you luck, Dan. It's great to have you at West Ham, and I know from personal experience, one thing about West Ham fans, if you work hard and show you all, they'll give you the best support ever. So good luck, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Top man.
Well, here we are, pitch side, as we have a Q&A with my co-commentator this evening, Jimmy Walker. West Ham fans have been asking your questions on social media, and the first one, really, we'll get straight on into it, is what's it like working for West Ham?
What, as a coach now?
As a coach, yeah.
No, listen, it's fantastic to come back. Luckily, I had an amazing time at West Ham. I've got nothing but love for the place. It turned me into a fan of the Hammers. My 5 seasons there as a player was, sensational. I had everything. There was everything. There was bits of everything in there. So it was, we had a playoff final win, then we had the FA Cup final. Got so close to winning it. Then we had the great escape after that with Tevez scored at Old Trafford. So to be involved in all that was incredible. And I had a couple more years as well. After my injury, I just couldn't quite reach the level. But I was always around the squad, which was great for me. So it was an amazing time as a player. Then I went away, and I ended up back at my first club, my first love, Walsall, and went back, finished my career there for a few years. So it was great. And I got into the coaching. I weren't sure where it'd take me, but I sort of did it for 7 years all in all. I'd never had a break from playing, and at the end of the sort of 7 years, I think I left Ipswich. I left Ipswich Town at the time, and it was a real tough year and a half down at Ipswich. You know, we didn't do great there, and we ended up getting a sack from there. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to step away from it a little bit and have a little refresh, have a break. And the more it went on, I thought, you know, I'm quite happy not going back into the coaching at the moment. I fell out of love with it a little bit, and like I said, the club have been fantastic to me. They invite me back as an ambassador for the club, so, and to be alongside some real, you know, proper legends of the club, and I'm alongside them all the time. You see Big Ginger Pele there; he's doing more and more on there. So to be around these guys is, you know, and do the, and Big Cole and people like that. So to do the ambassador gig with all them, it is amazing, and I get to interact with the fans still. So the club were brilliant to me in that way, and I loved every minute of that, and I'm thankful for it. And when I came, Kev Keane, who's manager of the under-18s, he does the ambassador gigs at times as well when he can. I used to speak to Kev all the time, and he said, you should come in for a day, and I ended up coming in for a day, and I'd arranged it. And as I did, the goalie coach left, and he went to Gillingham, and Kev went, well, look, we haven't got anyone, bring your boots and do it. And I said, well, I've not done it for a while, I've never done it with under-18, so I'm not sure how it'll go, but he said, look, you'll love it, we run it like a first team. And as soon as I came in the first day, to be back at Chadwell Heath, you know, coaching, to where it all started when I came in as a player, you know, and a lot's changed from then. It was, you know, it's grown a lot since then. The building's excellent. So to come back and see it and see how it was run and have a chance to, you know, to help the young kids, to help the lads through to get to where I played, you know, on the first team level, was something I really enjoyed. And there was a great bunch of lads. You see them playing two-touch in front of us now. It was, you know, the quality is exceptional. So to be around them boys, you know, and help them was great for me. So it gave me the love for the coaching again. And so when Paul Konchesky is the manager of the women's team as well, and I was still unsure what I was going to do. They asked me if I'd come and stay on for an extra year doing the academy goalkeeping coaching, but it was one of those, couldn't quite. They wanted a little bit more from me than I'm too old now to do as much as that. So it was one of those. It didn't quite work out to stay on with the academy, and Konchesky, like I said, Paul's the women's manager. He took over in the summer. He said, look, well, you come and help me for a few days a week, which suited nicely. I did 2 or 3 days a week, and it gradually evolved from there. And the assistant manager he brought in actually left to go to Wolves, and left country without an assistant manager. I've been in and around the girls at the time. You know, it was something I'd never done before. You know, I've gone from doing the academy lads that I've never done before, the 18s. I've gone into the women's, and it brought all new challenges and, you know, and different ways of being able to speak to people. And the girls ask a lot of questions, and they ask some great questions. Like some of the lads, you'll say it to the lads, and they'll just do it. You ask the girls, and you know, they'll go, well, why is that? Why am I doing that? And you have to explain it. I really enjoyed it, and you know, the great girls, they want to do well, and the standards getting better and better every time. And so I've really enjoyed it doing it. And Conch said, look, you get on get on great with the girls. Obviously know what you're talking about in sometimes. And he's gone, would you step up to assistant manager? Have you ever done it? And I said, well, I've done coaching before, obviously done my badges and stuff. And I said, look, I'm happy to give it a go if you're happy to give it. And you know, we work really well together. It's great. And I always said when I left Ipswich, and if I ever do come back into it, I'd only do it with people I really like and really want to do well. And you know, to do it with the academy boys and Kev Keane and Gerard's Prendeville, who's you know, the assistant to Kevin as well, Mark Phillips, people like that. They're great lads to have around, and it gave me, like I said, the new lease of life for it. So to be back working at the academy every day and at Chadwell Heath every day, where it all started, it's great. And I'm loving every minute of it, to be fair. Although it's a bit cold at the minute, but I'll take it.
And taking it back to where it all started for you as a player, what was it like making your debut at Upton Park? Do you remember that?
I remember it massively. I remember it like yesterday. I mean, even before that, when I was actually talking about this earlier today in the canteen. I'll talk about it to anyone that listens to the playing career, but no one wants to listen anymore. But I was saying it today, and it was one of those, like, I had a couple of other clubs at the time that I could have gone to. I was leaving Walsall, I was 29, and there was a few other clubs. There was Derby as well, it was a big club at the time, and I wanted a chance to go to a big club that had a real chance of going up to the Prem. I wanted to go up with that team because I thought if I go to the Prem, I'm probably not going to play. I'm not going to go straight into a team. I signed as number 2, number 3. So when West Ham came in for me, Alan Pardew came in for me. I met Alan, and as soon as I after I met him, I went to the ground and looked at everything just to try and get clear in my head. I can remember just stood in the centre circle. At the time, the grass was ripped off the pitch because it was being redone. You know, it started the summer. But I just remember, and I'd played there a couple of months before for Walsall, and we got a 0-0. And I just remember stood in the centre circle. No one's there, and just looking around, you could feel the history seeping out. You know, even the corridors underneath and all that. It was so. that set me mind. I went, this is where I want to go and play my football and try it. And you know, my debut there didn't quite come as I wanted. I wanted to start the season, but Pardew went with Stevie Bywaters to start the season. And Stevie was a good goalkeeper, to be fair, but I thought I should have got the nod. I didn't. I had to bide my time. I played in a cup game. So I played in a cup game against Southend at home. Mark Noble, funnily enough, at the time, he made his debut on the same day as well, although he was about 30 years younger than me at the time. But so it was great to make a debut with him as well. And you know, just to be out there was great. It probably was 15,000 there, so it weren't full, but just to be out there was great. And you know, the second round we played against my old club. I started at Notts County, so I think that's a bit sentimental because I thought, oh, I've come a long way now. You know, it reinforced the fact that I wanted to play more and more. And I think obviously after that, my debut. My away debut was at Chelsea. I think Pars threw us into that, and you know, that was great, and I loved every minute of that. And so, just to get the buzz around it, I wanted more and more, and it was a fantastic time just to play in front of them fans at Upton Park. And if anyone listened to Big Ginger at half time talking to Danny Ings there, like West Ham fans are great to play in front of. If you give everything you've got, you know, they'll love you. They'll be with you all the way. They'll back you all the way as long as you're giving everything you've got. Now, if you had a sprinkle of magic in there and get a bit of success, they'll adore you. They'll love you, and it's an amazing place to play football, and I'm thankful and very fortunate I had the chance.
And taking it back to coaching, is there anything you underestimated before going back into coaching?
Well, I thought I'd seen it all, to be honest. You know, I've done every division. I've been at Lincoln in the National League, and we won that. You know, when we got to the quarters of the FA Cup, and so I've had a broad spectrum. At Sunderland, I've been at Ipswich in the Championship. I've gone down there. So the only place I've not coached is actually in the Prem. So you know, it'd be nice to do that one day. I'd love to do it with West Ham. But, you know, it's a hard ask to get to that. Do you know what I mean? But to do it with the girls is incredible at the minute. So I thought I'd seen it all. The girls have thrown all new questions at me. So it's great to see that. And you want to be challenged. You know, you want to think. For me, I've always wanted to add value as a coach, or whatever job I do, where I've been at, if I can add value to it, you know, and I can help the people around me achieve great things, or you know, help them achieve and be the best they can be. That's all you try to do, and if I'm doing that, then I'm happy with my job. And at the minute, you know, I like to think I'm adding value, you know, and I'm just trying to give my experience to the girls and put that across to them, and hope they're learning and they're working really hard, and hopefully they'll keep that going.
Well, the players are back out and ready. We'll keep with the questions as the second half goes on. It will be Manchester United who will get us underway at the start of this second half. It's taking you back to your playing days again now. Do you remember the best player you ever played against?
Do you know, I get asked this a lot, Tyler, and it's one of those. I can't remember the best I played against. I remember the best I played with more than anything, you know, and I've been fortunate. I played with some fantastic players over the years, and it was never really one that stood out against me. And I thought, you know, I mean, I've played against, I can name drop a little bit here, obviously, but quite a bit. But I played against Ronaldo, I played against Beckhams and people like that. But there never really one stood out. It was just nice to play against them. I always remember lining up in the tunnel at Man United at Old Trafford and going down it and looking to the side of me, and you've got Schmeichel next to you, and you've got Ronaldo, you've got Beckham, Giggs, and you're like Scholes there, and you're going, oof, all this, yeah. And that was just, on one hand you're going, it's a lovely feeling to be going out with these guys to play football, but it might be a bit daunting as well in a minute.
Well, going into this second half, there's been a couple of changes. Firstly, for West Ham United, Dan Chesters has come on, and Al Jury has come on for Manchester United, the number 15. And what do you want to see from West Ham United going into this second half compared to what was really overall a brilliant performance in the first 45?
Yeah, I think, listen, when you've done that well, again, I've spoke about it before, never get bored of doing the good stuff. So more of the same, really. We set up the same. I think Chesters has gone into the 10 role as Ekwa gone off? Yeah, it looks like it's really hard to see pitch side, isn't it? But yeah, it looks like Ekwa's gone off, so that knock must have affected him a little bit. So he's going to be a big loss, to be honest.
Oh, what a tackle from Greenwich. In fact, it was the new man, Luis Yao, showing why West Ham United signed him.
Yeah, so Ekwa's gone off, and Apaya Forson's just dropped a little bit deeper alongside Freddie Potts in there, and Chesters has come on probably in that 10 roll up top, just in behind Swire and Bomber. So he's going to be a big miss, Ekwa, you know, because he's a good player, you know, he's experienced at this level now. And, you know, he's got a physical presence and a lot of quality about him. So we're going to lose that drive, sort of a little bit of that drive in the middle. But and you're dropping a player like Pia Forson, you know, you're not, although you're losing a little bit of height and maybe a bit of physicality, you've still got a lot of quality and a lot of running in there and a lot of legs in there. So it'd be great. I'm really looking forward to seeing Chesters actually as well. You know, I think he's been out on loan. He's tried that loan we spoke about earlier.
Yes,
Sometimes, even if the loan doesn't work as well as you want it to do, you don't get as many minutes. It's sort of one of those, you know, go and see the other side of it a little bit. Go and learn it. He's been at Colchester and they was having a tough time in the league as well. And I think when you're having a tough time, sort of you come away from any sort of pretty football sort of thing. You were just saying that you just sort of get rid of it and play in their half a lot more and try and break it down a little bit. But so he's not had a load of football time, I don't think, down there. So he's probably learned the harder side of football. But he'll come back and hopefully makes him stronger and he can work hard again and he goes go and have another spell and go on another run because he's a real talent.
Dwyer. You saw just in front of us that Greenwich was free for a long period of time there within that West Ham bit of possession. Heggie goes long now for the Hammers. Throw does go the way of West Ham United.
Yeah, it's one of those sides. It's a funny 2-0, you're going at half-time, you're happy. But it's one of those, I think you're saying your team talk, you know, listen, next goal is ours or there's no next goal sort of thing. So you want to kill the game a little bit. You know, you want to play some nice stuff, but you don't want to open the door for them a little bit and give them a goal, you know. And Man United started on the front foot in our half again, to be fair to them.
There was a Pia Forson there defensively brilliantly for West Ham United, stopping any potential breakaway. Murray has it back though for Manchester United, still chasing this time with Robinson. Pia Forson was happy just to try and smash it out, but the pressure will keep on coming. Hugill, the best pass back. West Ham United look to pounce. Here's Kamarai Swire. Did well to take in his stride initially, just couldn't quite get it in front of him after.
Yeah, it just wouldn't fall for him, wasn't it? It was a fantastic run, powerful run. It broke 20, 30, 40 yards. The ball was played into his path, a lovely pass. And if he could get that first touch out his feet, I think he's going to take some stopping, to be honest. But just got caught under his feet a little bit and couldn't get away from the defenders.
Long kick forward towards this right-hand side. Gerardo couldn't quite take it down initially. This time finds a pass in the number 7, Magia. Looking to dart in field for Manchester United. This could be promising. It might just be more than that as United go on, but fine defending at the last ditch from Liang.
Yeah, great defending there from Liang. Really good. He found a great position at the front post just to clear it. But that's a really good start for Man United. We've started a little bit sloppy, to be honest. They're really bright at the minute.
In goes the corner, away by Freddie Potts. Although there was a challenge in there, and a challenge which has been deemed a foul. And Manchester United have been given an opportunity, a perfect opportunity, from the spot at the start of this second half.
Well, and probably deserve it, to be honest, Tyler. They started on the front foot a lot. They've come out a lot brighter than us, to be fair. And we've started on the back foot and we've stayed that way. And they're sort of doing to us what we did to them in the first half. You know, they got the ball down, but I mean, there's not a lot in it. There's not a lot in it. It's a collision. It's more of a coming together. He's not really going to challenge him. I don't think the Man United boys looking at the player, so he's not expecting it. So he has hit him. You know, is it not? Sometimes I think you give it not. I mean, we've got the benefit of a replay here, and I'm still not sure. So it's as much as I moan at refs still on the sideline, it's a real tough job, and it's a 50-50 for me. I hope the boy's okay because he just took looks a bit of whiplash there because, like I say, he wasn't expecting any challenge. He was just bringing it down, and it's coming together. And I think he's just had his neck's gone a little bit, so hopefully he's okay.
I think there was 2 questions really. Firstly, did it come off his arm initially, right, and then was there enough contact to deem it a foul?
I think it looked at the way he went down more than anything. I think the ref's looking at it and says it's probably, when they use the term, is it enough force to, did they need to use that much force? But I don't. If you're going in for a contact, you've got to go in with a little bit of force. I don't think he was even looking for the contact there. It's just a bit more of a coming together. The players got in front of him. But like I said, it's a shame because we started off You know, in the first half we started off excellent, but it's been the roles reversal this half, to be fair. Man United have come out of the blocks flying. We need Heggie to produce a save here, otherwise, you know, they're right back in it.
Well, it's Hugill who will step up for Manchester United. The number 9, he scored a brace against Liverpool last time out for Manchester United. That was to make it 2-1 in their favour. Now we will look to make it 2-1, but this time to West Ham. As Hugill steps up against Heggie, sends him the wrong way, and brings Manchester United well and truly back into it right at the start of the second half. And it's game on again at the Rush Green Stadium.
Yeah, excellent penalty. Struck it really confidently, didn't he? Heggie wrong way, but no chance, I think, even if he goes that way. It's right in the bottom corner, pace, opened it up lovely. And now it is, like you say, it's game on, to be fair. We've got to go again now. We've got to dig deep. And this is why it's great. Football's great, because we had all the play in the first half. We looked so set. You just come off it 5-10% at the start of the second half, and, you know, a good team punishes you. So we've got to get back. We've got to play in their half a little bit more. I think since the second goal went in, we stopped doing what really got us in that position.
West Ham United looking to start on the front foot since conceding. Chesters couldn't quite get it under control. The great thing is that West Ham United, look, they're happy to press up at Manchester United despite conceding.
I think this is where we have to press hard. We need to play in their half again. You know, in the first half, they never got out of a press that easily. You know, so maybe we've just come off the running a little bit much, and teams will hurt you if you do that.
This is Murray. The good news really for everyone is that he is okay. It was seemed a head injury really when he went down to win Manchester United the penalty. Gerardo now on the near side for Manchester United. Collier managed to spin away from Chesters. Collier again now for Manchester United. They've started the second half really strongly. This time United happy to sit deep for now. Greenwich couldn't find a teammate in Claret and Blue. Hardly. Jaya. Collier saw that run-in field from Murray from a long time before the ball was played. Might get a second chance here now.
And to be fair, Tyler, we said in the first half, you can hear it from down here. I'm not sure if you can hear it on the TV, but the ball's zipping. You know, when they move that ball, it makes that lovely sound, that crisp sound, doof, and it goes across and you have a touch and you hear that thud noise again. But that was us doing it in the first half. This half is Man United right in front of us here, and they're moving it around lovely. I just don't think, touchwood, listen, I don't want to tempt fate and the commentators cursing all that, but it don't quite look as much of a threat in front of goal as we did in the first 20-25 minutes. So if we can get back to that, I'm sure there's another goal in it for us. But we've got to get through this period a little bit now.
And you're going to try and get through this period with a change. The second for West Ham United. Coming off is Casey, who's been brilliant so far from a defensive point of view, really, all evening for West Ham United.
Yeah, been excellent, an excellent player, coming on as an excellent player as well in Ollie Scholes. You know, he's had a taste of the first team already. I think he got man of the match in one of the European games.
Yes.
And Heggie's got that much faith in him, he's just drilled the ball out to him. And he brings it down very confidently.
Got a fantastic free kick against Spurs as well in the Premier League 2 in November. Dwight couldn't quite win it first. Collier. He's been impressive for Manchester United in this second half.
Yeah. No, they've started off really well. They look really bright. And like I said, they're zipping it around at the minute and dictating to us. And I think since the second goal came in, it's my only negative is, you know, we've sat right in. We've sat on the edge of our box for a lot of it, you know. It's okay to soak it up, but things like that penalty happen. We spoke about that in the first half. The more time you spend around the edge of the box, something might break. You might get a foul. They might get a free kick. It's always better to play towards, you know, in the opponent's half, or towards that at least.
It is West Ham United who have themselves a free kick now. Definitely a foul from the number 4 Hardley. It's just whether he was fouled just before that. Here is Skulls for West Ham United. Mbama.
I think the pitches are crisping up a little bit. You know, there's a lot of people slipping at the minute now, so it's really cold. So maybe the frost is just covering the top of it a little bit, because 3 or 4 just slips over at the minute.
Gore finds Murray for Manchester United. This is Forson now. Forson moves it back out to the left-hand side for Murray. It was a draw when these two sides met in September. Manchester United pushing on to try and get the scores level this evening. Collier. Here is the number 10, Hansen Aroen. Ball once more for Manchester United. West Ham United not really allowing Manchester United anything at the moment, although they have given them a free kick.
All a little bit easy for me at the minute, man. You were really set off at the minute. We never did that in the first 20 when we got all the joy. You know, it's a little bit, you know, dare I say the word passive? It's a little bit passive. We're letting them dictate to us, you know. Just get up close to them again. Really get up close to them. Go and win the ball. Let's stamp our game. You know, we play some really good football first. Let's get back to that, playing some good football. So the only disappointment is since that second goal went in, we've really stepped off it a little bit.
But the next step for West Ham United is to make sure they defend this free kick. They had a situation like this themselves in the first half. They rolled it out short. See what Manchester United are going to do. Exactly the same. Gerardo. Might be a little bit of room now for Murray. First time ball in. Gerardo thought about a shot, instead tries to work it in towards the penalty area. Robinson, I think he does brilliantly there to win his side a free kick under pressure.
Yeah, he's done great there. He's done well, Junior. Needed that. You know, it's good headed clearance as well from Greenwich, who's just gone to. He's gone from left wing back to right side and centre half, to be fair, as Ollie Scholes come on at left wing back. So it's a big change for him, but he found himself in a great position at the near post to defend the head, and he got a header on it, cleared any danger, and then Junior tied it up and drew the foul, which was great. Just need to get the foot on the ball again and keep the ball for 5 minutes.
This is Ollie Scholes on the near side. Liank. It's always dangerous when it goes in the air towards him, but it was coolly dealt with by the number 6.
Yeah, dealt with it really well, to be fair. I just think, you know, that's been a bit of a feature, is that crisp passing. We've not really moved it along the floor nice enough, you know. Once it's up in the air, it's a little, you've got to then bring it under control. It takes another second to get it under. Then your pass is a bit hurried because someone's pressing you. I think we've just got to get the crispness back in the passing and then just keep it. We're in a great position now. We've got to throw in the middle of their half. Let's get the ball to feet, find feet, keep it, come back out the other side, keep it for 5 minutes. That'd be lovely.
Here is Freddie Potts. Great thing from Greenwich is the fact he's showing he's able to play on the right-hand side as well for West Ham United, where he's moved out to in this second half. He perhaps dropped into the back three since Scholes has come on.
Yeah, he's gone into the right-hand side centre half, Tyler. So, you know, it's just quite a change from left wing back to go there. So, you know, but he's experienced enough to deal with that, and it's always nice, you know, to play different positions as well.
In the end, it was a great pick up from Heggie under a lot of pressure. Manchester United look to come forward again now with Forson. Driving towards the edge of the penalty area. Great challenge, though, in there from Greenwich. Here's Chesters. Driving around the outside of Murray. Struggling to keep up the Manchester United number 3. Chesters will keep on going on and on now. And he rolled it across. Fine defending in there.
Yeah, that's great play, isn't it? What play. Showed a real turn of pace there, Chesters. Then he picked it up in his own half. Lovely turn to spin the defender and just went. No, they couldn't keep up with him. He got quicker with the ball, which is an art in itself. So great defending. We defended the box really well. Found Chesters a better pass, and he's done excellent. What a great run. Good defending in the end as he tried to slide it into Mboma for a tap-in. but a great run, and that's much better. That's much better for us, much more positive.
And there's going to be another chance to get the ball into the Manchester United penalty area, this time from the corner. Ollie Skulls will have to move over to the far side now to take. Goes towards the goalkeeper. Just whether the ball went out of play, it did. So it will be the same again for West Ham United.
Not quite sure what the goalie did there. Just looked like he was going to come and pick it. It was a bit overhit the near stick. It looked like a comfortable catch, but sort of spilled it out for another corner. So another chance. And Ollie Skulls got a great delivery. You don't want to give him a couple of chances because I'm hazard a guess this is finding someone's head. Oh, commentator's curse.
There you go. He's got a third chance now.
Ah, come on, Ollie. Oh, what
Bama,
touch.
he's done brilliantly there, and he drills it across goal. Oh, and I don't think Vitek was ready to have it back again.
Yeah, Mbama's done great there, you know. He's back stick, he's nice and strong. He's gone for the chest instead of nodding it back across. He's kept his balance brilliant and smashed it across goal. You know, it's a good save, and I think the defender was asking his goalkeeper to get up, but the goalie seemed like he was holding his head from a challenge, which I'm not sure about, but...
I don't think you would have appreciated that getting headed back to you.
Well, my players would have known I can't get up that quick. So they would have just cleared it, but it seemed like the goalkeeper thought he got a knock on the head, so that's why he didn't get back up, but it was not. I didn't see there, to be fair.
What is it?
Good
Third time
opportunities.
lucky from the corner for
great
West Ham
opportunities.
United. Set up so nicely there for Mbama on the full volley.
That's a big chance, you know. Especially with the quality Divine's got, that's a huge chance. His eyes would have lit up with that chance, you know, as that's coming across. You know, it's hard. The ball comes that way. I think I've not seen it back, but it looked like he tried to take it on a half volley. Probably the hardest skill there probably is in football, but you know, you expect him to get that somewhere close with the quality he's got, Divine, to be fair.
It's hardly for Manchester United, who are eyeing up another change next time the ball goes out of play. Swire looking to press for West Ham United. Freddie Potts wins it back for West Ham United. And this could be a chance now for Chesters. Trying to work an angle. Couldn't find a shot or a pass in the end. And now Manchester United looking to break. And they could be in behind here if it wasn't for the fantastic defending from the new man. A lot of protests from Manchester United. I think it was superb work from the number 3, Lucy out.
Yeah, that's great pace to get back in there. Got across the attacker really well. No foul for me at all. He got across it really well. Like I said, shows some great pace to get across there as well. We've not mentioned him a lot tonight, Luciano.
His Forson goes from a long way out, and Heggie got there once and then twice. Fine save from the West Ham United number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great double save. You know, the first one, can he get it away from the danger zone? Can he stick it? But for me, as soon as I don't know if I said it out loud, I'll be honest, but in my head, I'm going follow in, follow in. You know, you need your defenders to follow that in, but he's got up unbelievably and made an unbelievable spread save there. Don't know how he's got his legs that wide, but that's a great save. But this is, you know, good defending, got across him, no hint of a foul for me there at all for the one before it. But yeah, I mean, as soon as he hits it, you have to follow that in.
Here comes the Manchester United's corner, well cleared.
Nice and aggressive, doesn't he? Lucio? Have I said that right?
I think so. Manchester United on it on the far side. Freddie Potts just a little bit too eager there for West Ham United.
Yeah, just going back to that, Tyler, just on the edge of, when we was on the edge of Man United before they had that pressure, you know, in the first half, we won that. They tried to play out. Man U was playing out. We had the press nice and set. When we won the ball back in the first half, that crisp ball was in there. This time, Freddie Potts just got the ball, brilliant interception, but then just bounced in a little bit, and he couldn't get it down, couldn't get it under control, and the next pass was lost. You know, that if that ball is then crisp, it gives you a real chance to get a little combination going and a chance at goal. Now, from that, and we talk about fine details, from that just bouncing about there, Man United have managed to clear the ball and one long ball over the top. Great defending, but then they're in our half again, you know, and they're playing in our half. So we let them off a little bit there in the first place.
There's Gerardo down the right-hand side for Manchester United. There was just a change a moment ago. Saw Emerant come on for Manchester United, replacing Forson. Here's one of their other changes on the ball. Alafrey. Murray now. Apart from the penalty, really, Hugill has been kept quiet. As Heggie came rushing off his line. Had to be cleared, and it was. Here's Mboma. Ollie Scarles down this left-hand side for West Ham United.
Yeah, it was all a little bit messy there for us, wasn't it? You know, the goalkeeper didn't need to. He thought it was coming through to him. It's just held up, whether it was on the turf or what. It's just held up, and we made a bit of a mess of it, to be fair. But and then it was a horrible passage of play for about 30 seconds or so. The ball was in the air a lot and not nice. But we've got away with it. We're back in the game. We're all right. We're 2-1 up. You know, managed the game, settle it down. Great press from Devine as well.
There's just a little bit of space for Manchester United at the moment, especially on this near side with Gerardo. Down the line it goes, and this could be a chance for Manchester United. If it wasn't for more fantastic defending, will still be a corner. But Luziao again for West Ham United. He's been brilliant on his first start for the club.
Yeah, it's been great. Real aggressive challenge, great block. No hint of a foul again. He's done enough there. You know, you don't want to be diving into the player. He's just gone to block the cross and done really well. But it's a feature. Man United have really started on the front foot because they've spun it down the sides of us a little and got us off it a little bit. So everything was in front of us in the first half. Now they're working behind us a little bit, which makes it a lot tougher.
This could be a chance, and it's a goal, in fact, for Manchester United, who have come back from 2 goals down. It was Gerardo who found himself not really with too much space on the near side of the penalty area. Once he slid it across, I wonder if there was another touch, whether it's his goal or not. I'm sure he won't mind because it's West Ham United 2, Manchester United 2.
Yeah, I think the lads are asking for an offside there, to be honest, as it's not great defending. You've let them turn at the near stick and get a cross, come shot across. And as someone touched it in a couple of yards out, is that what they're claiming for?
I think it was Hugill just with his left foot there, getting a slight touch.
I'm not sure, maybe Greenwich behind him, just played him onside, but shouldn't get in that position in the first place anyway for me. It's sloppy defending from us. We've let them right back in it now, so it's us who's got to come back in the game.
It's going to be an interesting last 20 minutes, although West Ham United looking to get something straight away down this left-hand side again. Ollie Scarles. Roma does well. Chesters, he'll get it back again, the number 16. Couldn't quite find a shooting angle.
I don't think that's a foul there. I think let him off a little bit there. But that's better. Even that passage of play there, you know, it's whipped out to Ollie Scarles. He drives down the side, passes it properly inside. It's a really good crisp pass. We get a couple of combinations around the edge of their box. We press it again. Fortunately, the ref gives the foul. Maybe it was, maybe. Well, listen, we spoke about that. It's a hard job for the refs. Could be given, could not. But since the goal's gone in, we've just seemed to be running a little bit harder. We're going to have to get in it because they've been much better than us so far. I think since even going back to the, you know, said it before, but since the second goal goes in, it's really disappointing that we came off it a little bit. Well played. Excellent from Chesters. Play early. Excellent. Oh, come on, ref.
Maybe just not in the place where the foul was.
It's about 2 yards away. It's about 2 yards away, though. You've got to let that play, referee. Come on, you've done really well. Don't start getting picky on it. You want to get the hand on the ball. You want to play. You want to play positive. Chesters looks lively since he's come on. I'll be trying to find the ball into him as often as I can. If he can find them little pockets of space either side of their sitting midfielder, and I think that's where he could hurt Man United. But we've got to try and get him on the ball in good positions like this.
Mboma trying to help out too. That's a great pick to find Ollie Scarles, and with room on this near side. Goes deep towards the back post and a little too deep past Robinson.
Again, great play, lovely passage of play, you know, proper football, wrapping it into people. They're taking the touch nice, wrapping it out here to Ollie Scarles. You know, he's had a lovely touch forward. Just a little bit too much on it from Ollie. You know, he's got so much quality. I expect him to put that on someone's head, to be honest.
Murray looks to go down the line for Manchester United. Greenwich was there for West Ham. United will have the same again, this time a little bit higher up the field. Murray goes down the line once more. Strong challenge from Freddie Potts. Manchester United break out with it. Here's Gerardo. Just too much on the pass. I wonder if the linesman would have given the offside that you saw.
I was claiming it. I was shouting for it. that's the thing when you pitch side. We're sort of in the old dugouts as well here, so I still think I'm like coaching. I'm claiming for offsides and everything.
Skulls will take the throw for West Ham United. Bama, 2 players to try and get around. Finds a Pia Forsen. It's Swire now for West Ham United. Just ran away from him. Score for Manchester United. And there's another fantastic run down that right-hand side. Well cut up by Luis Yao. Chesters. The bright spark for West Ham United really in this second half. This is Greenwich. West Ham United slowly building their way back into it again.
Much better play. Really good, really patient. Then we just give it away needlessly.
It's Manchester United now looking to break out wide. Yang had to get there first, and he did. Even better, he found a teammate too. You could hear from here that's a loud shout there from Heggie to make sure it was his.
Yeah, good goalkeeping. No one's in any doubt there that was his ball. Some good goalkeeping. But yeah, much better from us, don't you think? You know, start passing the ball again. I think for, you know, Man U to get back in the game like they've done excellent. Now, he's got back to 2-2. What did they do now? Did they go and win the game again? Did they keep pushing? Hopefully they do, and it might leave a bit of pockets. But I think someday, I know we spoke before about, you know, I never played at the back because I weren't allowed to, and it went forward. But, you know, there's different ways of playing forward. It's not just a shell ball at times nowadays, but that's a real feature for Man United. They've turned every ball down the side, got us on the back foot from early, you know, and had willing runners. If you get runners behind and play that ball down the sides, especially against the 3, you know, it's really hard to defend against, and you end up, you know, camped in our halves like we have been doing. And I think that's got them back in the game, you know. So sometimes it's not about the long ball to shell it, but a lovely pass down the side. I mean, I'd say I kept a bit of the old school. I mean, that's probably the bit I've kept, and I say it's the best ball in football. You know, you leave it down the side for someone to run onto. You know, you're on the edge of your opponent's box, and you're playing around the penalty area. It's a great ball, and you know, I think that's really helped Man United get back into it, and we've really been on the back foot because of that.
Collier for Manchester United. Find themselves level again. They've drawn more games than anyone in this division this season. Does stay like this, it will be their 8th draw of the campaign. That's in 15 games too, so over half. But both sides really looking to change that. Manchester United coming forward at the moment with a little bit of pace too. Gore plays it out to the far side.
I mean, at the minute, I think we'd probably settle for a draw as it goes at this moment in time, because, you know, Man U look the better team, you know, look more in the ascendancy than us at the minute, and we're not hanging on, but, you know, we're scrapping and we're fighting, and we've got a couple of passages of play which we've got to do more, to be honest. Otherwise, if we stay camped in around here again, you know, we've seen what happens.
Space again on this near side, although that was quickly cut out by Ollie Scarles. Ella free for Manchester United.
And I know that's things that teams work on. You know, everyone gets back in your own half, and you've got 10 behind the ball. Sometimes, you know, you just need that out ball. You know, it's worth maybe sometimes saying to Devine, saying to Mbama, just stay on the last defender. You know, and when instead of trying to pass his way out of trouble, which they've got a good press on, miss that press out and get Devine in, you know, against the last defender and keep us up the pitch a little bit more, because it just keeps coming back at the moment.
This is Collier for Manchester United. We'll look to swing it out towards Murray. We'll get there, the number 3. Gore. And Skulls made sure there was no chance for the Manchester United number 7, Majea, to get any touch on it.
Yeah, good defender at the back stick. You know, you want your wing backs, if you're playing a wing back, you want your full backs in there especially, but, you know, it's good for your wing backs to tuck in as well. And Ollie Scholes is right at the back post and just took him underneath the ball, you know. Good challenge, no into the penalty, just enough on it, just to ease him under it.
Well, taken down by the number 12.
Here we go, come on in.
Obama. And looks in some pain. He was brought down to the ground.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a foul. I didn't see too much in it from here, did we? And that's right in front of us, but I expect Devine to get up from that. He's brought the foul nicely. It is a foul. He's caught him. He's tried to nick the ball. There's nothing too malicious in it. It's a foul, rightly so. Let's get the ball on the floor and let's play.
Good thing is that Mbama's getting straight back towards the position that West Ham United want him. Up top is Liang. Ooh, and it was just short for Greenwich, and Manchester United look to break away now. It was a ball towards Hugel, and he's going to get a second opportunity. Didn't quite expect it. West Ham United get away with it.
It's a horrible passage of play right there. To be fair, for us, for West Ham anyway, you know, we've got the free kick from Mbama in the middle of the pitch, and we've gone back and we've just quite sloppily just laid it across, and it's a good press from United, and you know, everything was going wrong at the time. It's come in the box and we managed to clear it, but then we've nearly put it back into the striker's path for Man United, and it's just got away from him, thankfully. But you know, for me, I think from the halfway line, I'd like to see that go forward, you know, instead of going back and inviting that press on a little bit, playing that way. I'd like to have seen that gone forward.
West Ham United making another change. And it's another one of those players who was just on loan to Swansea. Flex comes on. It was Robinson who he replaces.
No, it was great to see him back in the claret and blue shirt. You know, a lot of talent, real talented player, to be fair. Great pace, get him on the ball out wide would be fantastic for us.
That's good play. That's Swire, and his most recent of the changes for West Ham United. Skulls. Obama finds himself out wide now for West Ham. He looks to go on and on. Here is Flex. Maybe straight involved with perhaps a goal. He's still going on this near side. Just delivers the ball in. That's cleared away.
Showing glimpses already when he comes on. You know, he's got lovely feet, lovely pacey feet. You know, we've got some good players on that pitch again. We've just got to get the ball down and play to his strengths again. You know, but another one, he's going to benefit from that loan at Swansea. He didn't have it all his own way there, you know, probably didn't get as much game time as he wanted, but you learn from that. You know, one of your first loans, you sometimes learn as much from that than everything going fantastically well. So pleased to see him back. Hopefully he can kick on again. He looked like being a real good player.
Majaya. And I'm surprised, to be honest, that it was given a foul.
I think it was.
You think it was?
I don't think the first one was. I think he slipped a little bit. Like I said, there's a few people losing their footing out there, but I think once you've had that one and got away with it a little bit, you know, you've got to be careful because the ref's looking, so anything. I like it though, he's nice and aggressive. Like he looks a really aggressive player, to be honest. I expected a ball player, you know, when he came in, but you know, really aggressive on the ball as well. So a little bit too much there for me, and he's got to learn from that because now it's, you know, from nothing, and he's not going anywhere facing the byline. You know, you've given him probably a free rein, or you have given him a free rein to put this under our bar again, and we've really got to defend this because, you know, you do not want to go behind to these at the minute.
Emeran on this near side for Manchester United to take. Just under 10 minutes to go. With pace and power, not too much accuracy.
You know what, it's actually not from here. You can't quite see it all, but it's not far off being a really, really dangerous ball, to be fair. I think it's probably a yard higher than he would have liked. You know, he's whipped that into towards the far post. That looked dangerous when it left his foot. Thankfully, it just went too high.
Skulls goes down the line. Flex did well, and he's going to have to do some more work. Seemed to run into Gore. Hardly. This is Vitek now for Manchester United, who are playing well and now starting to get it forward. Gore did well for Manchester United, and there's an option on this left-hand side. Here's Hugill, he's on a hat-trick. He couldn't get his effort away. It was the number 10, Hansen Aron, who did, straight into the arms of Heggie. Came off the heel of Hugill.
Yeah, another chance. You know, they worked it really well. They worked it crystal sharp. It's been excellent for them. The boy in the middle, you know, the holding midfielder, it's the 8 for Man United. Looks a nice player. He's kept it moving, kept it ticking. He's dictated the play mostly in the second half, to be fair. And you know, they've looked a much better side in the second half. And maybe we could say we've let them get back into the game, because 2-0, if we'd have kept on that press and the way we was playing, you could only see another goal coming for us. And you know, you need to finish teams off when it's like that. I know it's early in the game and I'm greedy, but you want to finish teams off. And if you could have got that third goal while you was in the ascendancy, you know, on top of it, and kept doing what we was doing, would have made this second half a lot easier. But as it is, Man United come out flying, to be fair, and played really well.
There's a chance for number 10, Hansen Aron. Moving to the right-hand side this time. Amaran is going to get it back again down the left-hand side for Manchester United. Back with the number 10. Fantastic work, weaving in and out, up until Greenwich was there for West Ham United. Obama's got quite a tough job to do here. Always going to be difficult in a 2v1. Emran again for Manchester United. He's got an option down the line. This could be promising for United. And that promise will continue because they've got themselves a corner.
Yeah, again, really good play. You know, what was said at half-time to them, they've come out the traps flying and they've kept it flying for, you know, for 40 minutes so far. And, you know, they're running forward. We was the team running forward a lot in the first half and the first half of the first half. And Man United since then have really come forward and really bombed on a lot.
In goes the corner towards the near post, and the turnaround is complete. Not quite sure who got the final touch, but Manchester United won't really care, to be honest, because they've turned it around from 2 goals down. Looks like it might have been the substitute.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Flick have to defend the corner better than that. There's 2 flicks. We've not made the first contact and we've not made the second contact. Criminal, really. You know, when you're defending a corner, you can't make the first contact, you have to make the second. But you know, it's a decent flick, and the boy stuck his head on the second one as well. But you know, that can't happen for me. There can't be 2 headers inside our 6-yard box, you know, that they can direct into where they want to do it. Really, they've got to be a lot stronger than that. You know, it's a tough lesson to learn, this one, to be fair, because when you look back on the game, 2-0 and cruising and really playing some good stuff, and I'm building them up and saying, you know, should be pushing the top half and that, and since then we really came off it. If you come off it in football, it's got a way of really biting you on the bum, you know, and that's happened to us a little bit there. We've probably took his foot off the gas at 2-0, thought it was too comfortably, and it's really hard to turn it on and off. And you know, and we've not been able to turn it back on, really. We've not really got anything going since, you know, since we scored the second goal, really, I think.
So it's going to be a big 5 minutes now for West Ham United to see if they can get themselves back in it. Something that Manchester United was successful in doing so. I think maybe the fact that Casey went off has made a big impact, particularly with corners. They have conceded from 2 corners, West Ham United.
Yeah, definitely, it's a great point, Ty. You know, you saw in the first half when Caelan was on, you know, he goes and finds the ball. He puts his head on the ball. You know, he loves defending like that, as well as being a really good player on the ball. He goes and finds the ball in both boxes. You know, so you take him out of the team. You took Echo out of the team as well. Half time must have been an injury. So, you know, you took a lot of physical presence out of there. So it does affect you, you know.
Scholes there to win the header for West Ham United. He's got more defending to do though now. Brilliant work around the outside, and he wins the Hammers throw.
And that's, you know, just something as simple as this for me, for Man United. You know, the ball's there. First half, they probably brought that down, passed it backwards. We managed to get set up and press again, ready to press again. They've just helped it in the corner there. Just put it in the corner. You've got players running it, stayed in our corner for a bit, and, you know, we have to shell it out there without any real quality because they've got numbers behind it. You know, it's really worked well for them, you know, just turn it down the sides of us.
This is Vitek for Manchester United. Gerardo wins it on, only found Lucy out. And we can see the contrast at the speed that West Ham United want to get on with things towards the end of this second half now. That was good play from Swire. He might have just got a little knock towards the face after flicking it on.
I think he'll be fine. We need a goal, so he needs to shake it off quickly and get back on the ball. And the thing you notice from down here as well, Tyler, is you can sort of see tell how our game's going by sort of the vocalness of a team as well. You know, Man United, you know, they're high-fiving their teammates, not literally, but from a distance, and they're celebrating a tackle, they're celebrating someone on a good press. You know, they're really vocal in it, and you can hear them a lot more than you can hear us at the minute.
West Ham United taking the direct approach towards the far side. Pia Forsen. Freddie Potts will go direct towards the far side, well taken down by Chesters. And it was a great ball too. Oh, so close to West Ham United, still might be there for Okaflex. Blocked and then cleared.
I tell you what, I've not seen that, but that's, you know, one ball down the side. We've been lacking that. We've been lacking that turn pace down the side. It's a great ball down the side, lovely cutback. I think the goalie saves this. I'm giving the goalkeeper the credit there. That's a fantastic save. You know, I think that's hitting the bar and going in. But lovely bit of play, and that's the first time we've really gotten behind him this half with a willing runner. You know, he's just turned it down the side. Lovely ball from Freddie Potts, left it in the area. And, you know, now we're bringing on Callum Marshall, and if anyone wants a ball down the side to run onto, it's this guy. You know, what a fantastic player this kid's going to be, you know. Really enjoyed him with the academy last year, and won't be surprised. I know he ain't got a lot of time, but if he gets a sniff at goal, he's one you want behind it.
Cameron Swire, his last involvement was almost a goal-scoring one. Callum Marshall, he was involved in the under-19s. They made it on the Premier League Next Generation Cup in the summer. He scored 7 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, listen, what a lovely thing, but he's not been able to stop scoring, so long may that continue. You know, he's a great kid, another great kid. He's working really hard. You know, listens to the coaches every day, and he works so hard, and he wants to do well. And, you know, if he keeps going like that, he's going to be a fantastic player in the future.
Here's Ollie Scars. This is promising for West Ham United. It's a ball that goes towards the back post, importantly held by the Manchester United number 1.
Disappointing from Ollie Scars. He's had a couple of really good positions, you know, and with he's got a wand of a left foot, the boy. He has to pick someone out there for me. Has to pick someone out, you know. You've got Divine in the middle. He knows his teammate. He knows where he wants it. You know, they play together a lot of football. He's just tried to feel it into him so he can get a run and a jump on a defender. He's just got a little bit too much on it.
Bama knew he was offside, but Marshall will keep on pushing on.
This guy will run all day, you know. He's so positive, so aggressive on the run. And when he gets it, he's got a lot of quality and can finish a ball as well. So he'll chase that down all day for you. And to have someone like that in your team running all day and chasing people down is fantastic to see from behind, especially when you're at the back and watching.
Hugo. Brilliant work from the Manchester United number 10, Ensign Arison.
Credit where it's due. Fantastic feet, really good feet. You know, tried to put a lot of pressure on him. He didn't panic. He just shifted the ball, moved it about away from the tackle, and showed lovely feet. They've been good this half, to be fair, Man United. It's really good.
Here he is again. Gerardo. Just too much of a heavy touch. Ollie Scars will be there first for West Ham.
It's a great pass. What a pass. Go on, Divine.
Can't quite get there. It was the Manchester United goal scorer helping out defensively. Hello, free. his goal, which might just be the winner.
I mean, that was a great moment for us. You know, it's broke to Callum Marshall in the middle. He's played a fantastic ball around the corner for Devine. I think, you know, 89 or 91 minutes that's coming. I think if that was the 5th minute, he might have got on the end of that. But you know, he's had a tough night of running. You know, he's took some knocks as well. Lovely bit of quality at times, you know, but 90 minutes that took its toll. I think other than that, he would have got in on that ball and we might have had a chance, but just his legs might have gone a little bit for that one.
Okaflex finds Apia Forson. And West Ham United have themselves a free kick with 2 minutes to go.
I know they're shouting it's not, but that's a definite foul for me. Yeah, can we make something of this? I mean, what do you do here? Do you play something nice, little passage of football outside, or do you get this in the box? I mean, if it can be shifted wide, change the angle a little bit maybe and get the ball in from a little bit wide is probably a better idea, but there we go.
Well, they're doing exactly what you said, but the referee won't let it happen.
I think it's the right idea, though. You know, you want to shift that. It's really hard to get that ball. You know, you should defend this. You should defend this from the middle, you know, from a straight ball. But if you can shift it wide maybe, or try something a little bit fancy, or maybe even get a bit of a block.
Scholes is free on this near side.
Yeah, I think for now I'm sticking that in the middle and getting some runners in there, and hopefully someone's getting a block and a header on it.
Comes up to Okaflex. Potts was forced to go back. Heggie goes long. And I think Fugel might have been off. Wiseman kept his flag down.
It's about 5 yards offside.
And Man United can finish it. Now it's offside. I think, as you said, I think we were in the perfect position that the linesman wasn't in when we saw the pass being played.
I mean, you'd like to think he could choose from all 3 of those being offside. The first one was 5 yards off, the second one was a couple off, and probably the last one he gave was a yard off. So he picked the hardest one to decide on, I think. But
West Ham United go long. Freddie Potts. Great touch from Marshall, who looked to go on here for West Ham United. Maybe could have shot after all the hard work was done.
I mean, it's fantastic touching to bring that down. Lovely bit of play, lovely bit of composure. He's tried that reverse pass as well, which, you know, we've seen it works. It's a fantastic pass. It's a fantastic pass when it comes off, but, you know, he's on the edge of the box. He's got his, you know, his tail's up. He's flying at the minute. He's just had a lovely touch. Maybe just get that one off from 18 yards out, I think. Instead of trying the clever reverse pass, he might have got that one off. I'd expect Callum to hit the bottom corner, but ball bobbles around after that and they get the foul and probably the danger's gone.
And that might just have been the last of the action from a West Ham United point of view. We've played more than the 4 minutes of stoppage time. And it's been a game that's shown every side, really, of West Ham United. Such a fantastic first half performance. But Manchester United, thanks to Hugill starting the comeback, have managed to turn it around. Final score here at the Rush Green Stadium, West Ham United 2, Manchester United 3. But it all started so well for West Ham United in the first half. Some brilliant attacks, starting off with this one. The opener was Ekwa, who started the move, and it was Ekwa after the fine reverse pass that finished it. Here it is again. It was that quick one-touch, two-touch passing from West Ham United, which worked so well for them in the first half. What a fine finish too from Ekwa. As we move on to the second of the goals. The number 4 involved again. He was goal scorer, this time provider for Mbama. At that point, West Ham United looked firmly in control. I wonder how different the game would have been if Ekwa didn't come off what seemed to be an injury at half-time. Did go down in the first half. Then the comeback started for Manchester United. Was it a handball? Was it enough to be a foul? The referee said, well, at least yes to the second of the questions. And Hugill, who scored a brace against Liverpool last weekend, opened Manchester United's account tonight, sending Heggie the wrong way. And the next goal was just about touched in by Hugo again. There was a question of offside. Flag stayed down. And from that point, it could have been anyone's. Then unfortunately for West Ham United, it was a corner, which was the problem again. This time it was the substitute, the number 15, who got there first. And Alofri scored the winner for Manchester United to complete the turnaround and give them all 3 points. But all that's left to say now is, Jimmy, thank you very much for joining me here on co-commentary. And the full-time score is West Ham United 2, Manchester United 3.